Hi, yes, welcome back to another episode of Predict the Score, where 5 football fans see if it actually is possible to predict the outcome of every game in a Premier League season. This week we'll be giving our match day 10 predictions and we'll be looking at how we did with match day 9. Right, before we start, we'll have the answer to last week's Stato question, which was Real Madrid have won the Champions League a record 15 times. Which century have they won the most in? 20th century or 21st? You want to have a guess?
I'm going to go 20th.
You're going 21st. It actually is the 21st century. They've won 8 in the 21st century. They won 7 in the...
It'll be close.
So it started in the 50s.
You ain't getting
No, you're not getting the point. They started in the 50s. They won it 5 times on the trot, mid-50s. And then it was 1966, 1998, and then it went into the 2000s. So, yeah.
Very interesting.
And right, this week's Stato question. This is one for the Carlos, Mr. Lover household.
Who's not here?
He's not here. He's on holiday.
Just the three of them?
Yes. Right then, this is Spurs versus Villa this weekend. Right, Spurs versus Villa have had 29 seasons together in the Premier League. Ooh. But who has finished above the other the most times?
Ooh. That's a very
That's a really good question.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a 50-50, isn't
well,
it? You've got a
yeah.
50-50 chance of getting it right. But it's such a good question to think about. It makes you think.
Because you've got Villa was good in the early days, and then Spurs, and
Yeah, you see?
now it's Villa again.
Yeah, that's one for Carl. That's one for Carl and Kelly. If you're watching on holiday, you can argue about that between yourselves.
Well, yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's go on to match day 10. It's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night. I think. Yeah. Righto. Phil.
Hit me.
You've got your team. You've got Ipswich versus Leicester,
Leicester
this
again.
week.
Yeah, no, you had Leicester.
So you've got Ipswich, who yet to win a game. Leicester's away form is loss, draw, loss, win. So you'd think loss would be the next logical solution.
Probably
Right,
is.
so what do you think on this one then?
Even though you said Ipswich haven't won a game, they've shown that they can score goals.
You just can't finish it off. That's what it is, isn't it?
Oh no. Us on the other hand, I mean, the second, we were absolutely awful, weren't we? We were dreadful.
Second half. First half.
You could claim if it was a penalty though.
Yeah.
But
We will come to that.
Definitely.
I mean, what was Faze doing on that?
No.
Oh, it's absolutely dreadful.
He's
Anyway,
sideshow Bob phase.
I'm going off on a tangent here.
Yeah.
You're doing a car.
Well, how am I?
He's having a Leicester run. We're having a Leicester run instead of a Villa run. We're having a Leicester run.
Obviously, I've got to go for a Leicester win. You've got to.
Mind you, last week you said with the Spurs game versus Palace, you went, oh, Spurs. But I think Palace are actually going to win
Yeah,
this.
I
And then you went,
I'm
Spurs.
terrible.
Go with your gut
I know,
feeling.
yeah.
Go with your gut feeling. Go on.
Right. Ipswich 2,
Yeah.
Leicester 3.
Oh, gone for the goal.
I've got to go for a point now.
You got to.
I
Right,
need to
okay.
study it more.
Right, next game you've got Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham obviously drew at Everton. Brentford beat Ipswich with a fluke free kick at the weekend.
This is another difficult game. Fulham are very good at home.
Yeah.
Brentford, this is a tough one.
Brentford in
Cheers,
form.
Ross.
Everyone's tough though, mate. You look
Every
at all
game's
the
tough.
games,
It really is hard.
You can make a case for every game when you look at it. Oh.
Do you know what though? I'm going to go for Fulham 2. I'm going to go for Brentford 1.
Ooh.
I know.
Do you know what? Fulham though, that could be good. That's a good game. That's a good London derby as well, isn't it? That one?
Yes, it is. I think obviously Brentford have come off a good win.
Yeah.
But Fulham are very good at home.
Yeah.
They can score. But we'll see.
Okay. Don't forget, it's your bonus game this week.
I know.
And who are you going to go for?
Well, it's a bit of an obvious one probably.
Is it?
I was going to go for someone different though.
You would.
I was.
You're
because
going to get a curveball.
I don't want to be the sheep and follow like everyone else does.
Go for the big team.
But I need points.
Yes.
I need points. Sod's Law, Bournemouth will win, won't they? I know it. So I'm going to go for Bournemouth at home, which they play very well. They play some good football.
They do.
But Man City, they always seem to nick it. I'm going off again. So Bournemouth 1.
Yeah.
Manchester City 2.
Oh.
Yes, they probably could get more, but they will nick it. They're just good at what they do.
They only got one against Southampton, Man City,
Yeah.
so you know.
You might regret that.
I probably would.
You might regret that score. Right, okay. On to Stato, the big man. Obviously, couldn't be here this week. Right, he's got Southampton versus Everton. Saints, another team yet to win a game.
Yeah.
Everton on an unbeaten run of 5 matches. He sent his scores in. Let's go. Right, this is the big man's words. I had to correct a bit of swearing in this as well. This is a pig of a match to predict. It could be 0-0 or 3-3. Could be a Southampton 4-0 win or an Everton 3-0 win. It's one of those matches you just don't know which way it's going to go. I mean, I potentially was going to roll the dice for him on this one. Believe it or not, Everton are in form. Last 5 matches, win 2, draw 3, so 9 points compared to the first 4 matches of last season where they had 0 points, which left them rock bottom. Credit Sean Dyche. One of the only English managers in the Premier League.
I think you've got to give him credit.
We were talking about this. One of the only English managers in the Premier League, Sean Dyche.
Good call, I
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, going about dinosaurs
Yeah.
and stuff again, wasn't he? Right, Sean Dyche doing something right at Everton. They're 5 points clear of the drop zone. And could they extend that on Saturday? Southampton, despite playing some good spells of football over 9 matches, it just hasn't been enough to win them points. He's predicting Saints to lose their 9th match out of 10. He's going Southampton 1, Everton 2.
Yeah.
Right. And then he's got Man United Chelsea, which we're going to have to say, game of the week. Purely because of what's riding on it. Yeah. Right, Man United Chelsea. Man United, we're going to have new manager bouts?
No.
Possibly. Well, we might have a new manager in by then, we don't know yet. And Cole Palmer is absolutely just running riot at Chelsea at the moment.
Different gravy,
Just what a class act he is.
Doesn't get twice.
Right. Ross's words on this one. Big man. Is the Manchester United job a poisoned chalice? Potentially has been. It's become that desperate that no manager, whoever the hierarchy appoint, can turn the fortunes of Man United around. Since the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson in 2013, Man United has gone through 5 different managers. The income from those 5 managers has been 5 trophies. And opinions vary on whether you count...
2 from Ten Hag.
Yeah, Community Shield, do you count them or not? Yeah, I mean, Ten Hag has won more trophies than Arteta has won in 6 years.
I know.
Get
Yeah,
that in.
there you
Truth bombs for the Arsenal fans. Ross said, I've said it before, the club is rotten to the core. It needs a massive reset from top to bottom, which I think we're trying to do that at the moment with the Ineos thing. Mourinho said during his tenure, one of the best achievements was winning with the squad that he had back in 2017. We are nearly 8 years on and Man United are even further away from the Premier League title now and need another manager to start again. 10 matches in and this season has been written off already. What can a new manager achieve from a poorly run club, a squad that lacks leadership, fight and just the basic fundamentals of footballers' pride?
Oh, he's gone.
That's the
deep
word.
there, isn't he?
That's the word of a footballer. We know Ross is a footballer. We know Ross is a great player in his day.
He loves that.
He's
He meant
speaking
that,
from
didn't
the
he?
heart.
Yeah.
Right, Chelsea do not have a good record at Old Trafford. Last winning in 2013. He said, I'm going for a Desmond. He's going Man United 2, Chelsea 2.
Okay.
Absolutely. Quality. I'd be happy.
Well,
Do you know what?
You'll take a point.
I'd be happy with
I'll
that.
say if the manager hasn't come in, the players are going to try and play as well as they can to get picked, aren't they? So
Yeah.
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
I'd love it. I'd go for that.
Chelsea are going to be up for that.
I would
They
go.
really
I'd
are.
take the draw all day for that one. Right, Mr. Lover. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here because he's on holiday. Sunning himself.
Topping the tan.
Oh, yeah, topping up the tan.
Could be.
He's going to look more like Paul Hollywood every week, isn't he? He's going to come back looking like Paul Hollywood. Right, okay, Mr. Lover. You've got Newcastle versus Arsenal, which for the neutrals is such a good game.
Yeah.
Such a good game for neutrals. Right, Newcastle on a winless run of 5. Arsenal's last 2 were a loss and a draw, which has put a massive dent in their title challenge already. So he's gone. Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2. Thinks Arsenal are going to turn it round.
Both teams have to win.
Both teams have got to win that to stay
Yeah,
in contention
they have,
to get top 6. I mean, Newcastle are not going to challenge for the title, but they're going to challenge to stay in Europe. That's what they need to do. They need to get top 6. They do. Right, in his other game, he's got Bournemouth versus Man City. Right, Bournemouth last gasp draw at Villa and a win over Arsenal, which they can play some really good football.
They're a very good team.
And City to me still look vulnerable. They really do They still look vulnerable.
Yeah.
But they are taking advantage of everybody else drawing around them. So he's gone for Bournemouth 1, Man City 2. So he's gone for, you went for the same score.
Same score.
So you see, if you get the point, if you both get the score,
And I
nothing
did not
changes.
know
I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that's why we don't.
I'm not
Imagine
in the
that.
league, I
Oh,
am.
come on.
That's
Game
what-
on.
That's why we don't show each other scores, because
Oh, I like that.
you would have chosen something different, I think.
Great minds think alike.
Right, okay, Dave.
Yeah.
Dino,
Dino!
Dave, he's back. The hard man of walking football is back. You had to be
I'm
pulled up.
innocent, mate. I'm innocent.
You got pulled up last night, bro. Footing like that.
Was he 70 plus, was he?
No, I don't know.
You went in like that, Dave.
Terrible.
You went in like that.
Yeah.
And you stood up to him like that.
I'm not
You
like
what?
that. I'm not like that.
Also, the cat is back.
The cat is back.
The cat is back.
Finally, after 15 months.
15 months out and I'm back in goal. Oh, loved it. Absolutely. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed last night. Really, really did. Right, Dave. Back to football.
Yes.
The proper football.
Yeah.
No, walking football is proper football.
Yeah.
Don't anybody tell you any different. It is.
Is it?
It is.
Still a sport, mate. Still a sport.
Bill, come down one night. Honestly, it's brilliant.
We could do
Right.
a
Liverpool versus Brighton, Dave. Liverpool averaging over 2 goals a game. And Brighton are averaging just under 2 goals a game. So what do you think?
Okay. I've done my own.
You prepared a statement.
Okay.
Prepared an essay.
Okay, here we go. This could be a good game, the way both teams have been playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liverpool won 4 out of the last 5. And Brighton have won 2 and drawn 2. So, form against each other in the last 3 years has produced 3 draws, and 2 of which were at Anfield.
Ooh.
So,
Brighton
you
do
know.
look good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they do, yeah.
I just think Liverpool edge it with slotting all this. So I'm going to go Liverpool 2,
Yeah.
Brighton 1.
Yeah,
It's a safe 2.
That's a
isn't it?
calm
It's a
game.
safe-
That's
it's
a
a
safe.
safe
That's a
Two
safe
wouldn't say
score.
because you cover all the bases.
Yeah, yeah.
don't you?
That's a
You're
safe
playing
game.
it safe, aren't you?
Right then, next game you've got Wolves versus Palace. Obviously, Wolves have shipped 25 goals already this season. Palace got their first win of the season at Spurs on Sunday.
Great
what,
win.
Yeah, what do you think then, Dave, for that one?
Okay. This game is totally different in form compared to my first game. You can say that.
Right,
can't you?
yeah.
Palace have got 1 win in the last 5,
Yeah.
which was against Spurs,
Which against Spurs, yeah.
with 3 losses, and Wolves are yet to win a game this
I
season.
know.
So, form between these teams in the last 3 years doesn't read well for Wolves,
No.
winning only once in the last 7 meetings. But that victory did come at home. So, and they are at
Yeah.
home. This could either be a boring, low-scoring game or goals galore. You never know.
Could be anything.
I have to go with a form between the teams, so I'm going Wolves 0, Palace 2. Just think after the Spurs got
Oh,
The
in.
Spurs. Oh, you got Spurs in there.
When
Went all
they will be on a
Spursy,
high.
didn't it? Oh.
They
You
will
all
be
went a
on a
bit Spursy. Right, thanks for that, Dave. Right, I've got Tottenham versus Villa. Ooh, and Forest versus West Ham.
Tasty.
Tottenham versus Villa. Right, this is because this is the Carlos household. Right, Tottenham versus Villa. Spurs' home record so far this season: played 4, won 3, and they only lost to Arsenal in week 4. Okay, they've scored 11 and conceded 3 at home. And coming off the back of the defeat to Palace, they will want to do well in front of their fans. Villa, on the other hand, their home record is 3 wins and a draw. Sorry. Villa, 3 wins and a draw away from home.
Right, yeah.
So they've scored 9 goals on their travels.
That's good going, that, isn't it?
Gutted to concede in the last minute to Bournemouth for the draw. Both teams have something to prove. 2 great goalkeepers as well. Vicario
Yes.
for Spurs and Martinez, obviously, who's just won the Yashin Trophy at the Ballon d'Or.
Yes, very good.
It makes this a very, very tight game. But at home, I can see Spurs edging this. I think it's going to be a
It's
good
hard
game.
to call, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go
I know,
Tottenham
yeah.
3, Villa 2.
That's
I
what
think
like
that's
that.
going to be a great. That's another great game for the neutrals. Really, not a great game in the Carlos household, but great. That won't be great.
Depends what
Well, that will
Spurs
not be.
turn up, doesn't it?
You'll hear that if that score comes off, you'll hear it from Spain. You'll hear the
Yeah.
moan from Spain for that. Right, okay. I've got Forest versus West Ham. Forest, Dave.
I know.
The unsung heroes of the Premier League right now.
I know.
Because they're not a fashionable team.
No.
Nobody's going on about them.
Playing
right?
quality football, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quietly do
That's
it.
coming from a Leicester fan.
yeah. Beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
Drew at Chelsea. Only lost 1 game so far.
Thrashed us.
To Fulham.
Home and away doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to far. Home and away. Chris Wood can score headers anywhere.
Well, so we beat you when we didn't have MGW, didn't we?
No.
So, you know, it's
Yeah.
good.
I'd say Chris Wood will score wherever he
Yeah.
goes.
Good to see him doing well.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
at Leicester at all.
Yeah.
He was.
West Ham away record is 1 win, 2 draws and a loss. Beat Man United last week with a dodgy penalty.
Yeah, well,
Difficult to see them getting anything though here, to be honest. Another Chris Wood header seals the deal. Forest 2, West Ham won.
No.
You'll take that
I'll
one.
take that.
Another great, another great result.
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's go on to how we did with last week's games.
Oh,
Phil,
oh God.
nothing for Leicester versus
Terrible.
Forest or Palace versus Tottenham. Biggity bong.
It's terrible, isn't it?
0 points for you. Phil, oh sorry, Stato, oh didn't you? Stato, correct result for Brentford versus Ipswich. Nothing for Villa Bournemouth, but a correct result for his bonus game, City versus Southampton. 2 points to him.
Fair
You
enough.
nearly got a clean sweep there. Right, Mr. Lover, he got correct result for City Southampton and a correct score for West Ham versus Man United. He got 4 points.
Well
4
done,
points.
Carl.
4 points from Spain.
To get that West Ham Man United one, that was a good.
That was good.
a good call.
Deserved that.
No,
Yeah,
fair play.
yeah. Mr. Dave, king of the team, Dave, get in there. Hard man of football. Nothing for Brighton versus Wolves, but finally, Dave, finally,
Yes, it's happened.
absolutely.
It's not an ought anymore.
You've got a correct score for Chelsea versus Newcastle. That's 3 points to you.
Good call.
Me, I got nothing for Arsenal versus Liverpool. I was 1 goal off getting the correct score there.
I know.
But a correct score for Everton versus Fulham. That's 3 points for me. Right, so let's have a look at our table. I'll put it up on the screen.
It's all changed.
It has. It's,
Not at the top end.
not at the top. It hasn't, Phil. Not at the top. It hasn't.
But it's closer now.
It's closer. Look at that. That is good. That correct score's done you the world.
I know it has. It's put me back in it.
Right. Okay. That's it for this week. Let's see if anybody. You got anything else you want to talk about? I do want to go back to that
No.
Jamie Vardy penalty
Go
because
on.
we spoke
Yes.
about this
Yeah,
last
we
week.
have. You spoke to her about
Well,
it.
Carl spoke about it at great length last week about top six not getting decisions. Vardy's penalty shout at Forest. That was a blatant penalty.
Yeah, it was.
And any other team, top six team, would have got that.
I
would have
even
got
said
that.
if that was Haaland.
And that could have changed the game.
Then that would have changed it. If that was Haaland running through and was pulled back, that'd have been a penalty. Or Saka, or Havertz, anybody like that, that would have been a penalty for anybody else other than Leicester. It's a real shame. Real shame you didn't
It is
get
what
that.
it is, isn't it?
Okay. Anybody got anything else they want to throw in?
I don't think so.
No, that's
We all good?
I feel we're all good.
Yeah.
We're all
We've covered
good.
most things, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's it then for this week. We'll be back obviously next week with results from this weekend's games and the answer to Stato's quiz. Right, go out, practice your headers, be the next Chris Wood. You never know, you might win the Ballon d'Or. But whatever you do, enjoy your football.
Up the Reds.